What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Danny Lightning here with Justice. We're going to answer some questions and talk about the game and all that good stuff. How you doing today, Justice?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Danny. It's great to be here.
All right, so how you guys all doing out there at home? Hopefully really awesome. I just want to say thank you all so much for coming out. Justice, talk for a minute. Just let me adjust your volume real quick.
Okay, very good. So, love the podcast. It's my favorite social media. I'm liking the 7.5 update overall, and I'm hoping for some really great things going into 2022. We had that survey not too long ago. So I hope all of you communicated what you thought was best. And I'm hoping that feedback is taken by Pixonic and just improving everything to our heart's delight. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think on this survey, their plan is whatever the majority wanted are the things they're going to work on first, which should be really cool, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this one. This might be kind of neat.
I think we're in the right direction.
So, Awesome, what's up? The Bosser, hello, hello. We got Rich, hello, hello. Raffany, hello, what's up? Joe, what's going on? War Robot, hello. Not too many people here yet today.
It's okay, we're warming up.
It says we've only got 6 viewers. Oh my goodness gracious. Where is everybody at? Oh man, 6 people are here.
It's still good to have you guys here. If
oh yeah, for sure.
You can hit up, have them join us, and we'll make it a great morning.
All right. Yeah, I'll tell you what. So you're liking those puncher weapons, huh?
Yeah, the puncher is really good on the Orochi. I do also like it on Erebus. So just a great new addition, a great new weapon. Nice rapid fire. It's fun to use. So very good all the way around. How about yourself?
Yeah, every time I've played that weapon, it just seems brutal. It fires quickly. It reloads pretty quickly. I mean, it's just an all-around really good weapon.
I like it to be as a counter attack to the Fafnir. You still can't take out the Fafnirs right away, but you can give them a good fight and maybe perhaps take on a second one. So I do like that.
Yeah, they're pretty decent Fafnir destroyers, that's for sure.
Yeah. Empathy, I learned that from work, Hossam.
Give me more viewers. Yeah, I'm greedy.
No, I want the viewers too. Hey, I even used the puncher on the Lancelot in one of my videos. I had to combine it with Skadi because there's not a matching weapon for the puncher, but it was even good on a classic like Lancelot. So it's just a great choice to upgrade any bot you have, I think.
Yeah, I was playing the puncher with the Pulsars, which is probably the closest match as far as the way the mechanics work, but the reloads are weird. Like, it doesn't reload right. But the cool thing is, even though it's a little bit off on the reloads, it's almost like you're always shooting because one's still shooting while the other's reloading. It's kind of a weird setup, but I kind of liked it.
I like that. I've always been one that's been drawn to mixing weapons. I know that many have not been. But I think what changed, at least from what I see, is when the Fafnir entered, I saw people actually start to mix weapons more often, like if it was more common or accepted. So sometimes there's good combinations, and sometimes you can outsmart your opponent when you have mixed weapons. So I just like that concept or possibility.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, somebody would ask me for hanger advice, and they'd have this mixed weapon hanger, and I'd be like, oh my god, what do I... That's just horrible, you know what I mean? But nowadays, a lot of the weapons actually have worked together really well, so nothing wrong with mixed weapons. Now, the other day I did see something like a guy had a Natasha, right? He had a Scourge, he had a Magnum, he had one of the flaming rockets, and then he had like a Gauss or something on it. It was a weird setup. I was like, well, that's not good. Usually
Yeah,
I won't
that-
complain, but that was just like the worst setup I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's different. Mixed setups have, from what I understand about them, they have to work in pairs. But unless there's a three-weapon, robot, then at least two of them have to match, I find.
Yeah.
And not everything works well together. When you're mixing weapons, I find many of them fail. Sometimes you can find ones that work well with their reload times and how they fire. So that's when it becomes something that's effective.
Yeah, we're not really sure why they buffed it. It felt great before the buff, honestly. It's kind of weird. And yeah, Hussam, Puncher is definitely meant to go with Shredders. Shredder and Puncher work perfect together, but they need to make a medium version now, because, I don't know. To me, it seems, I really thought they were just going to make a heavy version of the Pulsar, so we could have had the Magnetar, Pulsar, and something else that all work together, but either way, it's kind of a cool deal.
It is.
Artie.
It's a. Artie, what's up? Yeah, we got some
up,
great
Artie?
choices as far as the weapons.
Bam, Taser, what's up, guys? Robert, nice to see you all today. Thanks for stopping out.
Yeah, thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for the likes, everything. Wonderful, wonderful.
One thing I kind of like mixing, but don't like mixing are the flamethrowers and the new toilet water weapons. You know, the green Slimers.
Oh yeah, it's
Like,
kind of
it's-
similar, but I get you. I don't mix that either.
The
You're right.
reloads are off, and one you have to
Mhm.
lead more ahead than the other, which is kind of weird. Now, if you're like
Yeah.
close range, 50 meters away from somebody, I think it works great, but it gets a little weird when you're like 200 meters or 250 trying to shoot somebody with the two of those weapons. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree. I did try that mix early on, but I didn't favor it. So you're right. I don't think it's a good one, generally speaking.
what's up, Mr. Random? He says he thinks they're going to make a heavy version of the Pulsar. That would be cool. But Shona, hey,
possibility.
hey. How's it going, Shona?
Jason Davis, hello. Great to have
Yeah.
all you guys here.
Yeah, good to see you guys today. Thanks for stopping out.
Mhm. What are you thinking of Luchador so far? Now that we've had a little more time to run it in the battlefield. Ooh, Hunker.
Thank you so much for the donation.
Wow, wow.
You are awesome.
Thank you, dude.
AKDW
That's
donated
red hot.
$50 through Super Chat.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, man.
Hunker, that is red hot.
You're awesome, dude. Well, I guess the little guy riding on a rocket.
I even like that too. Yeah.
What's up, Barbarian? Nice to see ya. Mr. Random likes the Toxin and the Blaze together. I know Adore likes those together too, but I don't know. I was trying it out. I prefer to. I think those should stick with their own kind of.
Hassam seems to know. I can tell by his comment. He's familiar with mixing weapons. He says Venom Bioweapon is not good with flames. Bioweapon is perfect with Incinerator family and Cryo family. They fire at the same speed. That tells me he knows
Yeah.
about the mixing weapon. When you look at all those details and understand them, that's right. That makes sense.
So the new stuff with the new robots and the new drone coming out is kind of strange because the two new robots have an ability that the new drone is actually going to counter. I don't know
So
if
they're
you guys-
making a new ability and a counter at the same time.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's not really a new ability. It's one robot has freeze effect, the other one has the explosion effect, kind of like the incinerators do. And
What's
the new drone will make so you the explosion effect and the freezing effect, it makes you immune to it. So it's kind of weird that they're making a robot with the effects the new drone makes you immune to. I'm very surprised about that, actually.
Before the freeze weapons came out, like the Skadi, I don't remember everyone freezing each other. They could have done it with the microchip, but I wasn't seeing that. What I was seeing was locking
Yeah.
and suppression. But now, because those weapons automatically freeze, everyone is freezing each other. So it's interesting that they're making another freeze option and then a counter at the same time. The game's always changing drastically.
Now you asked me about Luchador. Did I answer that question? I'm sorry. I don't think I did. Did
no,
I?
that's fine. No, I was just asking, what were you thinking about Luchador now that we've had more time in the battlefield with it?
Man, I'm having a blast with it. I think it's probably the best brawler Titan out there. It's just super fun. I've been trying them with different weapons, but I keep coming back to the Cinder because, like on the moon map, I can jump on top of that dome and just sit there and roast everybody below. In a way, it's kind of unfair, but it's so fun.
Well, you can still throw away Luchador. I've done it a few times myself.
Oh yeah.
But yes, if you handle it, properly, the thing survives forever. What's up?
Dark World said he's got 12 luchadors so far. Oh my god.
Pike can only upgrade one. hello to Dima. We got Muse.
Okay, so we got a question about the privacy policy about them selling your data and stuff. So
okay,
yeah, privacy policies are a little bit scary, but unfortunately, almost every game has some sort of privacy policy you have to agree to. There's really not much they can take of yours and sell it, though, right? They might be able to take your email address and be like, "Hey, we'll sell you a list of email addresses, and then you can send your spam to these guys." But I mean, I don't really know exactly what Pixonic does with it, but all games have that crap for the most part. So, I mean, I would just read over it. If it sounds like it's something that you're not comfortable with, I mean. But Pixonic's policy doesn't really seem to scare me too much last time I read it over.
Yeah, that's a personal decision. I mean, the only thing some people can do about it if they want to is just not play the game anymore, to be honest. if you value the privacy, and everyone's privacy has value, so it's a decision someone has to make, no matter whether it's this game or other companies. And it depends, what state you live in, because there's different protections and things of that nature. So just be aware of your options. Yeah.
A lot of people showing up. What's up, Nighthawk? Aldimic? Damn, I said hello to you already, didn't I? Man, he got the double hello treatment. That's not fair. The one, what's up, buddy? Happy Muse. Awesome to see you guys. Yeah, I'm not really too worried about their own privacy policy. It doesn't bother me too much, but I can see how it would some people. But everybody, guys, thank you so much for coming out. It's really awesome to see you guys. Remember, the comments are starting to go by a little quick, so if we miss something and we don't answer it, feel free to ask again, but don't spam it like every 2 seconds, If you haven't heard something back in 3 or 4 minutes, go ahead and ask again type of deal.
Yeah, and while Danny's commentating, I look at the chat as well. So between the two of us, we'll catch you.
Who else is here? Trying to see if there's any questions I missed real quick. Oh, don't think
have
so.
Some questions. What's your favorite setup on Fafnir?
My favorite Fafnir setup?
Yeah, including modules.
Man, including what?
Modules.
Alright, so I've actually gone back to 2 heavy armors in the last stand on there just because he's so squishy in the air. Surprisingly, that makes him feel a lot stronger. So on that particular robot, I'm enjoying the damage over the durability over the damage, I think. So
Oh yeah.
I've been running that. Alright, 2 of those in the last stand with the Persephone drone. And I don't know, I'm really enjoying the Scotties, I'm really enjoying the Scourges, and I'm really enjoying the Venoms on him. All 3 are killer.
Yes.
But those are my favorite setups. I mean, Terrans are super good on there as well if you're looking to go with some old stuff. Pulsars can be amazing. Pulsar and Wasp mix is surprisingly good. Sonic weapons, if you're comfortable getting them really close, man, those Sonics can pack a wallop. So there's a lot of really good setups for that robot, honestly. What about you, man? What are your favorites so far on him?
Well, let me see. As far as the modules, I like 2 anti-control and 1 nuclear amplifier. And as far as the weapons, it would be all the toxic or weapons. I can really burn through
Oh yeah.
a lot of reds quite quickly, so that'll be my favorite one.
Oh, Dark World. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. Nighthawk is asking. I'm getting 2 shredders because I just got 2 punchers for my hawk.
Good
Is
setup.
that good? Mm-hmm.
That's an awesome setup, actually.
The puncher's
Use-
gonna make that setup.
So Dark World sold us Tyr because he doesn't like Tyr. I think Tyr's awesome, bud. It's not one of the meta robots right now, but I still like that guy a lot. But, you know, if you don't like it, not every robot's for everybody.
I like Ancient Tier. I like the look of Ancient Tier. I would have to test to see what's good. Yeah.
What's up, Ghost? Jason,
Hello,
hello,
Ghost.
hello. All right, so Muse says, how did we become friends? Well, it's kind of a long story. So one day, I was walking along, and next thing you know, like, I fell down in a pit, right? And I was stuck down there for about 3 months. Then one day, Justice came and he pulled me out, and then we became friends. That's my of course that's not true at all. I'm just making up dumb stuff. But... All right, so basically, you know, we're both one of Pixonic's main YouTubers. All right, so we're both part of the Pixonic YouTube program, and there's just a chat room we're in together because of that, and we just kind of got to know each other that way, actually.
Yeah, and I like Danny's opinion on things and just how he is. So
Yeah.
we found that we work well together, and the podcast like suits both our style, but we commentate different on it. So just all of it, the chemistry works. So like Danny was saying, we got to know each other through the Pixonic Discord site. And then from there, we ended up here. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, so between the Discord site and, you know, we each stop by each other's streams every once in a while and that kind of thing. So it's been a cool thing being part of the Pixonic program, actually.
Yeah. What are the questions you guys have? Danny, I got the champion paint job for Warrior Typhon. Man, that looks killer.
We don't even have that on our battle rec account.
I don't
yet,
have that, but
Pixonic
man, what a
owns.
great... Now that Dark World brought that up, I have a question. So, the Warrior Typhon is a limited edition, and I don't believe we've had any limited edition where you could change the skin. Warrior Typhon would be the first, correct?
Yes, that's the very first special edition paint job.
That's interesting, because you could never change skins. But wow, I do like that one.
Okay, iOS or Android or PC? Well, the reason I would not choose a PC platform is there's a lot less players on PC. And like when War Robot puts in an update, the PC players, it takes forever to get it because the PC platforms have to approve that update before it goes live. And sometimes they'll put it in, and it will take them like weeks or even a month to approve it before they'll finally set that update live. So personally, I don't think I would go with the PC platforms. Now, iOS and Android, either one's great depending on which type of phone you have or want to use. So
If they merge the platforms, I actually would choose PC, even though I love Apple.
if they merged them, I would definitely be all about doing both.
Mhm.
Like if you could
But the
log on to
PC
if you could log on to the same account on all of them, I would actually get the Steam account going for making my videos and stuff, so I didn't have to use the emulator anymore. But
Yeah.
Yeah, iOS and Android are both good. I mean, some say the game runs better on iOS. What do you think? You're playing on both, Justice. So what runs better for you right now?
You know what? It's been for some time, but actually, I think that's a factual statement. It's better on iOS because when I play on Android, too many times, it's not lag. It's strange, but you're playing the game, and it's almost like your movement is held back. It's not a lag, but there's some kind of delay, or your movement is not as smooth. And when I'm on iOS, it's as smooth as butter. Now, lag is different. When there's been lag on iOS when it's been horrible, and lag on Android here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that. And when the game is good and no issues like that, there's something very strange on the Android that I can tell, and I can't move as smoothly or as well on iOS. I don't know what that is. I have sent messages to Pixonic about that, but I haven't gotten a resolution on that. I've asked at least 3 times.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little slow on that stuff. They might actually not know what it is themselves yet, so...
I don't think they do, because by the responses, I don't think they know what that is.
Hopefully they get it figured out one of these days.
Please.
Dark World, the high graphics is currently already on Android.
Yeah.
Now, not all phones are capable of using the high graphics though, so now if your phone is not capable of it, I don't know if it's going to let you download it or not, but if your phone is capable, you should be able to download the high graphics and use them. But I think you need at least like an 800 series Snapdragon processor, maybe the 700 series. I can't guarantee you which all ones can and can't play it, but I know any phone with a good 800 series Snapdragon as far as Android goes should be able to do the high graphics. And any somewhat newer iPhone should be able to do it as well.
Hey, Dark Venom. Yeah, and as far as the graphics, I don't use phones, but I use tablets. So the only one I can vouch for is the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. I run that all the time on high graphic settings, 60 frames per second. Really no problem. Unless there's lag, once in a while, but I leave it on that setting. It's not a problem. It can handle it. Galaxy Tab S7 Plus.
Alright, so why is my screen so small? Well, I need to make room for the little boxes. Like, I don't know, I guess we don't have to do that. But if you notice, one of those boxes lights up so you can tell who's talking. But that's actually just a pre-recorded game that I play, so you guys have something to look at while we're doing this. Because question and answers, it's too hard to play the game and, read all the comments at the same time. No, they definitely do fix things. I mean, I don't know. Ever since Remastered came out, though, it's a whole new different type of coding, so... I mean, they're working on it. It might take them a little longer than expected to get some of that taken care of, but I think once they figure out what the problems are and how to fix them, I'm pretty sure they will work on it. But yeah, sometimes it does take a little longer than we would like, that's for sure.
I think I've seen improvements lately, because on 7.4 I had a lot of issues, and 7.5 I have less. So I still see some here and there, but at least for me, a lot less.
Unteamer, what's up, buddy? What do we think about the EW drone? EW. What is EW, buddy? Oh, new drone. The new drone. Okay. I got it. I'm a little slow when it comes to, like, misspelled words or abbreviations. Personally, it's cool. I mean, it's going to be a really good drone because the amount of people running the freeze weapons right now is unreal. So that drone's going to protect you from being frozen. And it's also going to protect you from the 2 new robots that are coming out next. Alright, the 2 new robots that are coming out next are going to have an ability that drone makes you immune to. So that drone's going to be something you're probably going to want to get, I think. But it's good. It's got good chip slots. It has a good ability. The only thing it's lacking is the shield, honestly. It doesn't have a shield chip, but it's got everything else. So I think it's going to be a well received addition to the game, I guess you would say. What do you think about that one? And what's up, Magic?
Hey, Magic.
So what do you think about the new drone? Have you tried it out yet?
I haven't tried it.
Okay.
I was waiting for it on the battle rack, but I never received it.
Yeah, Dark Venom says that's okay. The purple shields are the worst. Less purple shields would be nice, actually. I have a feeling they're probably not going to keep making drones with purple shields, you know what I mean? I have a feeling the next set of drones that continues to come out won't have shields, but I could be wrong. Alright, Dark Venom said... Where'd it go? He asked about Banes or Devastators on the Orochi. That's a hard one to answer.
The Devastator is still good. I mean, it kills me enough times when I'm on the battlefield today, so it's still good. But I think just a slight edge I would give to the Venom. I'm sorry, to the Bane, because I like the reload better. When you reload, you have a full salvo. On the Devastator, it does reload, but if you don't give it more time, it's just kind of like a slower pulse. So both are great weapons, but I would just give a slight edge to the Bane.
I think the Bane's better as well, but the Devastator hits harder. It's initial huge burst damage, but then you got kind of longer reload times, which is also an issue on its own. So I would rather have the sustained damage from the Bane, I think. Someone's asking, how are you getting the new drone? So Fred, all right, if you download an app called War Robots Test, you can download the War Robots Test server, and every Saturday and Sunday for a few hours that goes live, and you can test out all the new items before they go live on the game. And currently that new drone is on the test server, along with what was the other new thing on there this weekend? It was the drone and something else. I forget what it was. But yeah, Devastator Orochi's awesome, Bane Orochi's awesome, and Hell Orochi is awesome. Those Calamity Orochi's awesome too. Those are my favorite setups for it right there.
And that's what's good is you have more than one choice right now where it's good. You can make good use of it. I like that.
All right, Dark. If your little brother Soldier Arthur, contact Pixonic, explain to them what happened, and often they will give you your robot back. It's not something they're gonna do all the time, but I would suggest if you're gonna let your little brother use your phone, try and make somehow he can't get on your accounts like that. I don't know. I think you might be able to even get a locker where you can lock certain apps so other people can't get on them. So you might want to think about doing something like that. Oh yeah, Untamer's right. The healing amplifier. Now that's a weird setup. It's kind of like the nuclear amplifier, but it heals you. And once it's fully maxed out on the stacks, you get some defense points. I think 25 defense points and something else. I forget. It's kind of a weird setup though. I'm not really sure if that's something I'm going to be into or not. Like, it's kind of cool. It seemed pretty cool on the test server, but I won't really be able to tell until I get one of those on my robots to see how it really performs.
What I think offhand is you might not need the active healing module if you have that drone, and you could choose something else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I like it because you can mix it up a little bit.
The one thing I like about the healing module though is I can get a lot of damage or a lot of defense every time I hit it. So I don't even use it necessarily just for the healing. Sometimes it's for the damage or the defense too.
True.
Now,
that's what I like all the options.
Yeah, it depends on what your drone's set up like. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I like about it. You don't know exactly how someone is doing something, so it makes it interesting.
So Magic's running some old weapons on his Orochi. He's got some Exodus on there.
Oh, he's got the sharp Orochi. I like that one.
Exodus is surprisingly strong for an old weapon. Those are very, very good, actually. And they're pretty cheap to upgrade too. I mean, they might not have the freezing effect, but man, Exodus hits hard.
Yes, I used to use it often on the Hawk. I haven't used it for a while lately, but it does pack an initial punch that is devastating. Mm-hmm.
John Lucas, hello, how are you today?
Hey, June.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of nuclear amplifiers and I do like them, but I'm just starting to realize that I like the durability a little more than the damage. I don't know, if I'll play a little smarter, my robots last a little longer, I end up dealing a little more damage in the long run, I think, compared to just doing the damage a little faster and losing some durability. I don't know.
Yeah, that's such a basic tactic, but yeah, just playing smarter, like corner shooting and just staying behind cover till the right moment. A lot of people don't do that. If you just do that simple type of style, your bot lasts longer. And I've always been a fan of the heavy armor option, so it's good to hear that you are using that.
All right, on Teamer Buddy, he says, how have your prizes been so far from the special delivery crates? I don't know. What about you, Justice? How have your openings been so far? Have you had any good ones?
No, I tried all 3 of them and they weren't good for me, so I was unlucky this time.
All right, so when I did the Pixonic sent us a bunch of coins on our Battle Wreck accounts. So when I opened those boxes, I wasn't really very impressed with what's been popping out. But on my personal account, yesterday I opened a silver crate and out popped the new version of the Fafnir, the corrupted Fafnir. I was like, oh wow. But they're nowhere near as good as the drop rates from the last event, but they're turning out pretty decent. The only thing I really don't like is the fact that in the most expensive crate, it's full of mothership components, and that's what you get almost every time. I think that should have been the cheap crate, honestly.
On the Battle Wreck, I think I did use the 10,000 coins, the gold ones, trying to get the Cinder, and I didn't get 1 Cinder out of 10,000 coins.
Oh, really? Man.
So it could have just been my bad luck there, but anyways, that's what happened.
Mr. Random says, man, Pixonic loves giving the new robots the reflector shields. Yeah, reflector shields are cool. The only thing as long as it doesn't damage you when you shoot it like the Hawk, then I guess I don't mind them too much. But I hate the fact that you can't really shoot the Hawk without being damaged back. Mad Cat, what's up? Magic says he thinks the new defensive amplifier module will be a game changer for the tank bots. It may very well be true.
Yeah.
So if I get one, the first thing I'm going to do with it is throw it on a Fenrir and see how it does on a Fenrir. But on the test server, it's a little hard to judge, honestly. I've noticed everything's low level there, so plus you don't know if it's going to be the same when it comes out.
That's true. When it enters the live server, sometimes there's last minute change.
Yeah, that'll probably be pretty cool.
Yeah. What else we got here in the chat? Still looking for more questions, guys. Bring them in. Oh, Danny, what do you think about Nebula? I know we talked briefly before, but okay, so it's in the store for purchase, 6,000 gold. What do you think about it overall? Especially, I know you and I both like Persephone. What about Nebula in comparison?
I mean, in my opinion, I think the Persephone is way better than the Nebula. I know a couple of people like Adore. If you guys know Adore, he's an excellent pilot. He prefers the Nebula over the Persephone. But that one's kind of personal preference. I think the Nebula is a great overall drone. If I didn't have any Persephones, I would still probably be running the Nebulas instead. So it's probably my second favorite drone, honestly. I love the Persephones. I love the Nebulas. I love the Paralysis. Those are kind of the 3 I would go for. Glider is nice as well if you're running phase shift. Definitely go with a glider, I think. But those are probably the 4 best in my opinion as of right now.
Dark Venom is asking, what do you think is better, Sharanga Vengeance, Cyclone Nodens, or Luchador?
Man, that's really personal preference on there. I mean, Sharanga can be amazing, Nodens can be amazing, and Luchador can be amazing. So on that one, I think you got to figure out which one actually fits your playing style the best, or is going to be most useful for your team. It's really hard to give a good answer on that because they're all amazing as what they do. But I mean, for me, I'm either going to go with the Nodens or the Luchador at this point. Like, if I could pick between my 6 teammates, I would have 3 Nodens and 3 Luchadors. And if you could bring them all at the same time, the Nodens could heal the Luchadors, and it would be an unstoppable combo. So that's my opinion on that. Maybe even having 1 Sharanga and 2 Luchadors would be crazy good, to tell you the truth.
Actually, that's a good point Danny's making. If you're on a clan or squad, the Nodens is so vital in healing other Titans.
Yes.
That would be the better scenario if you had Nodens backing up Luchador or whoever, and have it organized, you know. But if you're just a random, what Danny's saying is also correct. It's on your play style. Every Titan costs so much money that you want to make it count. So play style is a factor. I do like Luchador because it's brawling, but Myrmidons, I can still kill many bots and Titans with it over and over. Sharanga, I don't play that often now, but I get killed by Sharanga often. So very good choices, play style, everything Danny's mentioning. It's a factor into answering what's right for you.
All right. What does Persephone do for honor points? Well, any type of healing should turn into honor points. So as long as it's working like everything else, which we have no way to really test, I don't think, but I guess you could probably test it maybe, but you'd have to like run one bot without any weapons or something just to see how the honor points added up. But it should, yes, it should technically should raise your honor points a little bit because of the healing. All right, so it looks like Dark asked another question somewhere.
No, that's the one I gave you. I saw that and found it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one is asking, hey, Danny and Justice, what pilot is better for Erebus? Jad or the new guy?
I don't know. I don't remember which one does what, but I know one makes your rockets do a lot more damage, which is actually pretty darn good. If you're running the ability, it barely does crap, but if you add that one pilot, it does a significant amount of damage every time you hit somebody with the ability. So that's probably the one I would go for. I can't remember which pilot does that, but that's the pilot I think I would pick. What's up, Irontron?
Hey, Irontron. I stayed with Jad, the one, and there's no issue with it. So to be honest with you, I have not tested the other one. I do like the other one because I think it increases your damage ability for 7 seconds. So I would imagine if you're like running Prisma, that would be good. But I stayed with Jad, and Jad is awesome. There's no downside to Jad as the pilot.
Yeah, right now I've got that one guy who makes your weapons with over 800 meter range stronger. I can't remember his name offhand, but that's the pilot I've been using.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't remember which pilot is which for the Erebus, unfortunately. I would have to go look, but what's up, Adrian? Adrian says go with the newest Erebus pilot. He likes that one best.
I haven't tested it.
There's actually quite a few pilots that seem really good for the Erebus, to tell you the truth. Where'd that go? I just saw something I wanted to answer here, but it disappeared. Where did it go? Untamer says he likes the new Fafnir skin, the Vanquisher. Yeah, it does look actually really cool, to tell you the truth. Oh well, I can't find the question I was going to answer, so, you know, if I missed it, ask again in a few minutes or something. Okay, so Dark Venom says, can you tell me which Titan will give me the more damage for the platinum? Okay, so I think the Titan that technically does the most damage possible is probably going to be your Sharinga. I mean, those 3 heavies are brutal, but the thing is, you have to keep the Sharinga alive for it to do the most damage. So that's really a hard question to answer because it depends on how well you play it. Alright, anything that you keep alive for a long time and you do well with is going to rack up a lot of damage. I mean, you could have the best Titan in the world, and if you played it wrong or didn't have a good game with it, it's not going to do a lot of damage, so...
From what I know, Luchador, Grom, Cinder is going to give you massive damage. And then the other one that I know is Miramitz with Vengeance. And I put on there a crate. And that gives a massive amount of damage consistently. So those are the 2 I could recommend if you're looking for that.
Now Greasy Grandma is asking if you can fight a door.
Yeah, I would fight a dwarf. He's awesome.
So Justice said he would do it at some point, but I actually don't really have any way to broadcast their screens to you guys, so I guess I could spectate or something, but they would both have to be here and want to do it actually.
Adrian is referencing Doug. So Doug is saying, why do bots with resistance have return damage? Unnecessary. I think he means like the reflector.
Yeah, if you're talking about something like the Hawk, that's my guess as well. I mean, Hawk is the only one that really damages you like that when you shoot it, I do believe. Most of the reflector bots, well, I guess some of them... Actually, I'd have to read through some of them again. I'm having a brain fart here all of a sudden.
It's like ultimate defense. Luchador returns damage, right? Minos with the reflector shield, he returns the damage, correct?
I don't know. It's been so long since I played the Minos. I can't remember if he returns it or blocks it.
I think that's what he's referencing.
Man,
Doug, if you can be a little more clear.
I'm gonna have to read up on my Titans again because it's been so long.
You're good. Yeah, and of course the Leech will return damage. Leech used to be so amazing at that when it was first introduced. But it's the same concept.
Now I feel dumb because I have forgotten about what the reflector shield on the Titans do.
Oh no, you're
good. I will say
Minos
this
is
though.
Still awesome.
I will say this though, shooting one of the Titans with the reflector shield doesn't seem to do anywhere near as much damage as the Hawk does. I've noticed that. But yeah, Minos does reflect the damage back. That's correct.
Yeah, I do not shoot at Minos when it's got the shield. You'll pay the price.
Yeah.
And I do not shoot at Luchador when it's got the shield.
No, like Adrian said though, if you're using the new Slimer weapons, alright, those things, the green slimes, they do very little damage. Most of their damage seems to come from the DOT effect. And the DOT effect doesn't shoot the damage back at you. So if you're using those weapons, it's actually okay to shoot at guys with reflector shields because you're not going to be damaged back. Leech was a nightmare back in the day. When he first came out, he was so horrible to deal with.
Yep.
Oh, I hated it. I hated it. Yeah, I'm really liking those new corrosion weapons. I mean, they're some of my favorites, actually. I need to get a few more of those so I can run a bunch of those on my Fafnir. I played a couple games with the Corrosion Fafnir, and oh my god, it was crazy. I liked it a lot. I'll tell you what, I've never really been very good with the Leech myself. That's one robot I've always sucked with. There's a couple of like Mender. I cannot play the Mender worth a darn. I can't play the Leech worth a darn. What else do I suck at? Strider, man, I suck with Strider. I can't figure that little guy out. There's a couple of them that I'm not good with, I'll tell you that, but most robots are pretty easy to play, or I can at least get the hang of after a couple hours with them. But I'll tell you what, man, Mender is probably the one I've never been able to figure out at all is Mender. For me, it just dies like crazy. I know a few people that run one and do great with it, but I cannot play a Mender at all. What do you think? Do you like Mender, Justice?
I still like the Mender. I haven't used it in a while, but still good. And I run into some of them now, and they're still durable enough. So it's not going to be one of the best options, but if that's what you got or running, it still has some usefulness, is how I would put it.
One still needs 1,500 Fafnir components. I hope you get it, buddy. Yeah, keep playing the game and, you know, doing whatever you need to do to get some of those free tokens. And you never know, maybe you'll open one of these and those components will pop out. You know what I mean? Keep at it, man. You'll get one eventually, that's for sure.
Yeah, you at least get one good opportunity per chest, you know, playing for free. So while you're grinding away and collecting all the free coins,
yeah,
you get at least one good chance per chest. So best of luck.
Oh, there's a door. What's up, Adore? Greasy Grandma wants you to fight Justice, Adore. That would be interesting. I would actually like to see those two go at it, because
I never say no to a challenge, but Adore is my man. He's very good. So
they both know how to play very tactically. So
I have respect for Adore. He's very good.
Oh man, he says he'd only fight you for $1 million. Oh, he said doll hairs. That's his new thing, doll hairs. For some reason, he loves to make wigs out of doll hairs or something. I don't know what he's been doing lately.
Next subject.
The ones using atomizers. I don't think I've actually tried that out. Do you like that, the one? Atomizers on his Fafnir? That would be kind of cool, actually.
I don't use atomizers anymore. They were awesome.
Oh yeah, they were really good when they first came out, but I don't know, they kind of changed the cooldowns on them, and I haven't really ran them since. I know they did bring out a pilot that makes them better, but personally, I don't like to use a pilot just to make my weapons do something. Uh-oh. So Adore said he's down to fight Justice.
Yeah, I have a strong enough personal account now.
So, I mean, if you guys want to do that, I guess I can set it up so we can all three go into a match. And
yeah, maybe we can do that next week. I'll be ready.
Next week, guys. Next week. Next week, we're going to have the main event. I don't know, maybe we can do it like at the 1 hour mark next week or something like that.
Yeah, we can all talk about it and set it up.
Or then again, Adore, you're going to, since we had the time change.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You go to bed a little earlier too, so I don't know.
We'll figure out. Maybe we'll do it before that. We'll make it happen,
okay.
Guys. Let us talk and arrange a good time for all three of us. We'll make it happen.
I'll tell you the one thing I do like about the atomizer type weapons is the fact that if you're at point blank, you never have to reload. You can just leave those things shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and not worry about it. But you gotta be at like 20 meters or closer for that to work right. Alright, Nighthawk's back. Welcome back, buddy.
Welcome back, dude.
Alright, everybody, make sure you go over to Justice's channel and check him out, guys. He comes over here and hangs out on the streams. He always does an awesome job, so if you guys could give him a few subs, that would be sweet. Let me post a link to his channel real quick.
Yes, guys, appreciate your consideration for subbing. I do love this community. I always love this game, so I appreciate the support if you decide to subscribe. Yeah, Dor, we'll figure it out. I'll talk with you and Danny on Discord. We'll set it up. I'd rather it be well organized if we're gonna do that. That way it's smooth whenever we broadcast it.
Alright, so that should post a link to his channel right there, guys. Hopefully it works. It looks like I'm signed on to my other channel on this phone. There it goes. Cool, cool. I think any one of the moderators can use that code, actually. So, Justice, you could probably use it if you wanted to. Anybody else who's a moderator can put that in. Exclamation point Justice, and it'll post that link.
Oh, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, guys, I got a good video on the Lancelot with the puncher. If you still have that older bot. I have another
Lancelot's
video where
cool.
It is cool, actually. You know, I only put the one video, but honestly, guys, I used that maybe just under 10 times while I was recording, and it did very well on Champion with the puncher. So the Lancelot was very good with that setup. It's worth just checking out if you have Lancelot, if that strikes your interest.
Coral, probably in about an hour and a half we'll announce those. So Magic said he's unclear about the new bots coming to the live server. So basically, my understanding of the two new bots that are supposed to be coming out, all right, it hovers and it drops a rocket, and when that rocket lands on the ground, it has like an AoE effect of either freeze or the explosion effect. And I guess that AoE effect stays for like 5 or 10 seconds. Now, I'm not sure if he can drop the rocket once per ability or several times, but that's kind of the way I'm understanding it. So it's a little bit unclear to everybody because no one's really seen it. We just have some info on it, and we've read a little bit about it. So we're just going off what we've read about it. So no one's 100% sure how it's going to work. We've only got very small amounts of information on that.
Interesting. Dark Venom says, Adrian said the Luchador is best. Which weapon should I use? Keystone, Cyclone, Retaliator. I can buy one weapon because I have 1200 platinum.
Man.
Well,
okay. What weapons do you currently have, Dark Venom? How about we ask you that first? What do you currently have? Because it sucks to have to buy something new if you don't have to, so...
I think he's saying he has Keystone, Cyclone, Retaliator.
So I'll tell you what, I was really enjoying the Retaliator the machine gun build on Luchador. I was really enjoying that a lot. I like it. I think that's very good. What all builds have you tried that worked well, Justice?
The other one that I tried was Grom and Squall, and that one was very good as well. Those are the only two that I've tried, and they ended up both being awesome in their own manner.
Now, one thing I will say, no matter what Titan it is, I think the machine guns that they come with are excellent. So for someone who doesn't have a lot of platinum, I think sticking with the machine guns is really the way to go. Now, if you've got a lot of platinum, yeah, definitely maybe look into getting some other stuff, but I would upgrade some of those machine guns and some modules, and then use the rest of my platinum for Titans if I didn't have a whole lot of platinum myself. But that's just kind of my take on it. Can I make a new drone guide? Well, I should actually... Yeah, maybe when the new drone comes out, I'll remake a guide, because there are new drones that have come out. So that's actually a pretty good idea. So wait till the Frozen Heart comes out on the live server, and then maybe I'll do another video where I look at every one of the drones and just kind of explain what they do and tell you what I think each one's good for and stuff like that.
Yeah, Danny's good at that, actually. And then Pixonic likes what Danny does on those types of things, and they feature it on the app.
Yeah, Mr. Random says, pro tip. When you are using machine guns on Titans and fighting Fafnirs, aim in the front of the targeting box. You will hit more often based on my experience. Yeah, that is one thing. I don't know if it's because there's a little bit of lag or what, but it does seem very hard to hit the Fafnirs with those Titan machine guns. But it can be done. It's just you kind of gotta figure out just where to aim. So it is a little bit of a pain, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get Adore to share all of his secrets with us.
Adore will never share it.
there's a few things he shared with me, but I think for the most part, most of that stuff he's like, nope, ain't telling you.
Adore's very good at understanding what each part of the build does: drone, microchip, and so on. And then what he does is he exploits what he understands about that and destroys you. So that's what he will. That's why fighting him is going to be good, because I know how he is about the game. He understands every detail. Period.
Yeah, he really seems to understand the drones and the chips and the pilots very well, as far as how the different drones and chips and pilots can all work together. He's very good at understanding that.
That's what I like about the game, because I have an understanding from the BattleRec account and my own account as well, and my time playing the game. But fighting someone like Adore, I like it because that's going to give me an amazing challenge. I like a challenge. Even if I lose against Adore, my attitude is always I learn from those losses and then adapt. But Adore is awesome at the game. That's why I like fights like that.
What's up,
Robbie
Roby?
says he understands stealing kills. That's true too. Adore will steal your kills and doesn't care. That's true too.
Yep, the kill stealers, guys. We got kill stealers in the house.
And then even if you're not stealing Adore's kill, Adore will accuse you of it. Almost like
Doug says Minos and the Luchador have return damage and resistance when ability is on. He says unnecessary. Okay, so here's the thing with the Minos and the Luchador, though. They're kind of squishy. When they don't have that ability going, you can blow them up really easily. I think the return damage is a little bit much, though, honestly. That's one thing I've never liked. You should always be able to shoot something without being damaged just because you're shooting it. But I do understand everything else. I think the shield that makes them take less damage is great, but I don't really like the fact that it kills you if you shoot it, you know? What's your thoughts on that one, Justice?
Well, I get his opinion, but I'm also a realist, and Pixonic has to make a bot and have a certain ability. It's got to balance the game. So even if it is unnecessary, the reality is it's there. So what are we gonna do about it if we're a pilot? I don't mind the reflector shields, in my opinion. But what I'll reiterate is, I didn't know, but when Adrian said you could use the corrosion weapons,
Yeah.
that might be right for you, Doug. Adrian, whether it's myself, Adrian, or Danny, we're testing a lot, and then we're giving the information from what we learned to all of you. So I haven't tried it myself, but maybe that's what's right for you, is those corrosion weapons.
Yeah, you're
that
right.
You're not affected by the resistant shields.
Yeah, I mean, I shoot everything with those, and I mean, you take very, very little damage back. I mean, the Hawks, I sit there and I just blast them, and I could care less when I have those weapons. So yeah, they work. It works. He's very correct about that.
Yeah, there's usually a counter, or there's a way of doing things, that's like a workaround, and that's the challenge of the game. What other questions we got, guys? Oh, Danny, today will be 10:30 for me, so I've just given you a heads up ahead of time so we can get some good questions in.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So it's 10 o'clock for you right now.
Yeah, 10:02.
So we got about a 3-hour time difference. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we got roughly another 30 minutes on this stream. Okay. So whatever questions y'all got, get them in there. If you're dying to know something, just ask, and we will give you our best advice.
Yeah, I like the questions so far. We've had a good chat overall.
Door, man, you're making me work too hard over here.
What is
Says,
the door
read-
saying?
Read my
Machine
message
guns.
above.
Yeah, Door says
Aw,
machine
man.
guns and plasma weapons. They got to get a projectile speeds to hit fast targets. You need to lead them. Interesting.
Yeah, you do need to lead them on fast-moving targets that are further away. I haven't really perfected the art of that yet. Sometimes I can get it down pretty good. Other times I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard to do, actually.
Mhm. The projectile speed. Yeah, I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah, they kind of ramp up, right? The machine guns.
Yeah. They do
you're
ramp
right.
up, actually. Now,
Mhm. And he says you need to lead them. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, aim at the edge of the targeting square box thingy.
Yes.
All right, so aim at the edge of the thingy, guys. That's what he's trying to say over there. But I will say this, though. If you run into a luchador that's being healed by a Nodens or two, it's almost impossible to take out. If you don't have a Nodens there to heal it, they're not that hard to kill when the shield's not up, so... I don't know.
Adore
They're
says
pretty,
I faced and killed Jack's luchador. It's not hard to kill when it's alone. That's funny. I love Adore's confidence. I don't know Jack. I only know of him, so I've heard others mention
he's really
him
good.
before. I don't know him. I just know of him.
Yeah, very good player. Very strong player.
See what Adore's saying? A lot of people won't know that. Rockets move at 213 kilometers, flames 167 kilometers, acid 231 kilometers, machine guns 251 kilometers. You see that, guys? A lot of people aren't going to know that. Adore knows that off the top of his head, probably. That's why fighting Adore is so hard.
Yeah, somehow he knows every little detail about everything, and I don't know how he can remember all that, honestly. Alright, so are we in contact with Predator? Not really. I don't know, Justice, do you ever really talk to Predator?
No, as far as I know, I don't know him either after all these years. He's very private from what I see, and I think he only communicates with Pixonic and no one else, as far as I know. But again,
Yeah.
that's a question mark, because I don't know anything, to be honest.
I've talked to him a time or two, but yeah, for the most part, I never really see him in the chat rooms or anything. He doesn't really make himself, he doesn't really put himself out there, so...
I like how he uses older bots often. I think that's cool.
Okay, so Rich Coyle says, when running the meter, do you teleport to a Revenant or a Shell? Well, personally, I think if you're trying to do as much healing possible to get the damage and the silver and stuff, I would probably go to the Revenant. I mean, the Revenant has over 600,000 hit points, so if you can heal up a Revenant, that should be a lot of honor points. Shell's pretty cool and all. I mean, I don't think you're gonna heal up the Shell shield though, right? All the hit points are in the Shell shield, so you're not gonna be able to heal that and get any honor points for healing the shield. I think the Shell only has like 200,000 some hit points on the body, but yeah, definitely go for the. Actually, what you should really do is go for the teammate that needs it the most. You shouldn't be looking for just to do the most. What's going to be the most helpful to help your team win the battle is the one you should really teleport to. But healing the Revenant is going to be the most healing. Alright, hopefully that came out right.
The Revenant shields always pop off no matter what, but the Revenant itself can last forever.
Revenant shields kind of suck, actually.
Yeah, you can, you're blocking one attack with each side just temporarily, and then that thing's gonna pop. So it has a temporary usefulness. Just block a couple of light attacks, it seems like.
Did you hear about the Predator channel change? No? What's up with that, buddy? I did see him asking a few questions recently about what people wanted to see most on his channel, but I never saw anything about any changes on it. Oh, he's soon going to make tournaments using old robots. Well, that's cool. That might be kind of fun.
I wish they would just make walking war robots in one of the game modes.
Yeah, if there could be like a permanent skirmish
or
something where, maybe even if it like uses 5 different old school robots each week, that would even be cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because, Predator could do that, you could, I could, and it would be nice, but it's so temporary. When I hear of stuff like that and if people are excited about it, I'm looking at a bigger picture and still think and believe people would love a walking war robots, whether it's skirmish or game mode, that's constant, because it's fun and you can play, for free. So I still think that would be a big draw to a lot of gamers, especially if they want gamers to return to War Robots. I think that's one good way to do it, in my opinion.
All right, so Barbarian says, at what level will my Revenant start performing well? All right, so I'm going to tell you, this is the one thing I've noticed about the Revenant. It really depends on the pilot skills. All right, so, it depends on what league you're in and everything else, but yeah, if you can max out a pilot, he's one of the few robots where I would say you want to max out a pilot for him because he needs all of those skills. But if you can max out a pilot, I'd say in Champion League, probably level 10 to 12 is when he's going to start doing well if you've got the right drone and pilots and stuff set up. But that's kind of how I see it with him. Revenant also requires you to have healing units, right? You got to use kind of a lot of power cells to keep him alive. Now, tell you what, though, this is something I've been forgetting to mention, is recently I've switched from advanced healing to regular healing on all of my robots. And I'm not really noticing that much of a difference. Like, it's, I should say, like, use half the amount of power cells. So I decided I'm going to try it out, and I can live with it. So I'm just using the regular healing modules on everything now, which is pretty nice.
The Minos is capable of beating Luchador, Game Master. You could outplay the Luchador with especially with those shields.
Yes.
So I like Luchador better, but Minos is very good still. So there is no who would win that's clear between those two. I've seen the Minos kill me more than once in the BattleRook account, and I've had a maxed out Luchador. So I had to learn to play it a certain way and outsmart who's ever piloting the Minos.
Roby, never. They're never going to bring that to your area. You are screwed. Ha ha ha. He's talking about cell phone service over there. All right, so Brute Clashing. What's up, buddy? He says, can you suggest me the best drone for healing, bro? All right, so there's currently 3 drones. Actually 4 drones now. Man, there's the new Reviver drone, which is, its whole purpose is to heal you up. But there's quite a few things I don't really like about that one. It's a nice drone, but I'm not in love with it. All right, the Nebula's got a deal where it heals you up a little bit, which is nice. And then you've got the Glider, which can be really good for healing if you want to use a phase shift, okay? If you're using phase shift, you can come out of the phase shift and bam, the Glider heals you up instantly. And then there's the Persephone that's got like a mechanic skill, basically, that is on 24/7. So I'm going to go for, out of all those healing drones, if I'm running phase shift, all right, if I'm running a phase shift, I'm going to go with the Glider. If I'm running a healing unit, I'm going to go with the Persephone. If I didn't have a Persephone, I would probably go with the Nebula, I think. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. The Reviver is really cool, but the main problem I have with the Reviver is you have a gray bar. Let's just say your gray bar is next to nothing. Well, it's only going to heal up 50% of what your current gray bar is. So sometimes your gray bars kills it and it doesn't do anything at all. Now, if it would bypass the gray bar and just put you back up to 50% every time, I think that would be an awesome drone, but I think the gray bar really messes it up. So that's kind of my opinion on the healing drones. What do you think, Justice? What's your idea?
Well, for healing, I'm always using Persephone, but the reason I don't use the Glider is the combination of the chips. I actually, even though I do choose certain ones, I never have given a recommendation on that because I'm not certain which 2 chip combinations are good on the Glider. Adore is saying Glider is the best healing drone. No need to care about the ability of the drone. I know you made videos on microchips before. Do you have a recommendation of a combination on the Glider as far as those healing chips? Because there's many.
I actually like the one, I think it's like after phase shift repair. So not only does the drone heal you when you come out of phase shift, so does the 2 microchips. That's kind of what I go for on it. All right, that's been my favorite. That way you just get a big, huge burst of healing every time you come out of phase shift. So that's what's been working for me.
I have a question about that because the phase shift is only available every 35 seconds, which is why, and again, I'm just speaking hypothetically because I don't know for certain, but that's why I don't choose that microchip because I know I gotta wait 35 seconds to heal that well again.
Yes.
So a little more info on why you're relaying that's the best.
For me,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just think that's a huge amount of healing you get all at once. So, I mean, it does have a little
Okay.
bit longer cooldown, but
Okay.
I mean, I just find that that's just the biggest amount of healing you're going to get at one time type of deal. Now,
I
there's
see.
probably some other chips you could use. I mean, it's really personal preference. I mean, there's definitely several different good setups you can use, but that's just the one I prefer. Unless I'm running like a healing
Okay.
bot, all right. If I'm using a healing bot, there's two chips. I'm trying to remember what they're called, but every time you do so much healing, it gives you an additional healing boost. Now, if I'm running like the Demeter or something, I try and run those. I think it's called like. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah,
But
and
those are the
I
other
think
two
this
that
is,
I like.
I think this is very important because I've been playing the game for a while and I still don't know the right combo on that glider. But like I'm watching Adore 2, I do use that high damage fix percentage. I do use that, and what I use with it. There's another one on mild damage fix, so it's a 18% and it's a 48% healing. They both work differently. Adore uses the same one I do, high
What the
damage
heck?
fix, but he's using on kill fix. I haven't used that one.
Whoa! I can't open War Robots on my phone. Every time I try and open it, it crashes instantly.
Yeah, that happened on my tablets before.
I'm gonna restart the phone. Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna read what Adore is adding. Adore says, after phase shift, you heal. After each shield, you will heal if you are brawling. After each kill, you will heal, and all can change, so you can will always have a heal available at time. Okay, so see, that makes sense to me. Do you see what Adore is doing, guys? He's timing the mechanisms and how they work. That way, they don't cancel each other out,
Yeah.
or you don't waste something. You know,
Now-
so I've not used the on kill fix. I'll have to try that.
Yeah,
But
that's
that
a
might
new
be-
one. That's a newer one. And I don't really have a lot of experience with some of those newer chips. That's one
And that
thing
might
they
be
have
the-
a hard time sending us on the Battle Wreck account is the new chips. We have to set through and buy all those with. It's kind of a pain.
I haven't tried that one. I've been buying that one on my Android account, the personal account, but I don't have enough to make a T4 chip. But I've been buying that one because I've been curious about it. But that's probably the weak link in the chain for me when I'm using the glider, because I use everything else Adore is mentioning except that on kill fix. And every little detail matters. That's why when we have discussions like that, you're looking for that missing piece, probably that you're not aware of or not using.
Yeah, I mean, Adore comes up with some pretty interesting drone builds. Sometimes I try them and I love them. Other times I'm like, this one's not for me. So, if people give you advice, try what I say, try what Justice says, try what Adore says, and see which one works best for you. That's why I think it's cool not to just have advice from one person, because what works for me maybe doesn't work for you. You know what I mean? So it's all about finding what works for you. So we can give you guys a lot of really good advice, and then just try different things and see if you like it. All right, so on the glider, I like for a healing robot, like if you're running the Demeter or a tier or something like that, where is it? On repair fix percentage chips. All right, if more than 40,000 durability has been repaired over 5 seconds, the robot repairs an additional 35% of its durability. So if you run 2 of those on a glider with something like a Demeter, especially if you have the app meter pilot on it, it heals itself up like crazy every time you use the ability. It's nuts, actually.
I've used one of those, not 2. And when I was using one, I didn't find it to be useful enough. So I'd have to try 2 and see.
Yeah, try 2. I mean, that's what works amazing for me. So I don't really run those on anything except for maybe like a tier or a Demeter or a Wayland. But on the healing bots, 2 of those is awesome.
And I still need to try that on kill fix.
Yeah, I
'cause
haven't
do
actually tried that myself.
I have.
Now, I will
gliders
say
on-
this, guys. Adore is different than most people. He gets 10, 15, 20 kills every game, where some of us are getting like 3 kills, 5 kills, 6 kills. So for someone who is getting high amounts of kills constantly, that chip is going to benefit someone like Adora more than your average player, I think, too. So that's something you also want to think about. But if you're someone who's constantly getting kills, then that chip's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Adora's. I have experience with Demeter, so I think I get him too. He's saying that it's 70% healing plus your active healing from Demeter. I bet most of the time you won't need 80% healing. So maybe mix it up with a second chip. I understand what he's saying, because on Demeter, I'm not using Glider or any healing chips like that. I use the Atmeter pilot, and that pretty much takes care of it for me. So the reason we're staying on this discussion, guys, is these are the details that matter. There's many times I think we could waste an ability or a chip or something in our setup. So this is why I'm paying attention to this, because I'm an experienced player, but I understand that I could still miss something. So I'm focusing on this because these are the key details that will help you in the battlefield, honestly, and have you get better results if you understand the mechanics of how something works in the game, especially when everything's changing all the time.
Okay, Game Master Pro says, what's better, Orochi with Thunder or Orochi with Glory? I haven't
Thunder.
used the Glories in a long time because generally I don't really care for them for some reason. But Thunder is super nice. So you just said Thunder too, right, Justice?
Thunder over Glory, 100%.
Yeah, and from what I've noticed is the Thunder seems to be a much better weapon than the Glory. I mean, the Glory does have the lockdown effect, but I think that's the only thing that weapon has going for it. Now the Thunder,
like the
you can build them for cheap too.
Yes, you can build the Thunder is the best bang for your buck. Whether you spend money or time or both, you can't lose. And I love the Thunder because it's back from Walking War Robots days. But the burst damage is particularly useful with Orochi. Orochi can get close to pretty much anyone. I've even hit Fafnir's in the air with the Thunder. I like the Glory. I like the way it looks. I do like its potential and firepower, but it just doesn't work as well overall like Glory does on Orochi. I'm sorry, like Thunder does on Orochi.
So Ironhide says, Adore, which bot do you use Nebula? What did I just say? Nebula.
I don't know. You made your own word.
All right, so we got a few more minutes left, guys. We probably have time for maybe 1 or 2 more quick questions. So if you got a question, get it in there ASAP, guys. I know Justice has to go, so we'll be ending this thing in just a minute. So get those questions in ASAP.
And then Adora's continue to say Glider is a good drone for robots which you are only going to run damage, like Hawk, with 2 overdrive plus nuclear amplifier. Having Glider plus phase shift can heal and serve as a last stand. Yeah, that makes sense too, because if you run overdrive on Hawk, yes, it could be powerful, but also it could be destroyed very easily. So it makes sense that the Glider would increase its survivability and healing to compensate for wanting all the overdrive power.
So I've been playing since Lancelot came out, whenever that was. Probably about 5 years, I think. Rich, you're welcome, buddy. Glad you're enjoying the stream and learning some stuff.
Yeah, Rich, I think we gave out some good info today.
Alright, so Mr. Random says, do you YouTubers often have free-for-all matches for fun? Yeah, I like free-for-all. It's not, I don't know why I don't play it more often, because when I play free-for-all, I usually end up with 6, 7, 8 million damage and come in first or second, so it's often a huge source of big chunks of silver for me, but I don't play it anywhere near as much as I should. Custom matches, I really don't like customs, honestly. Unless I'm trying to test something out. I'm not a big fan of custom matches. It's a lot of time spent where I'm not earning very many resources. So I guess that's the main reason I don't like the customs. Resources take a really long time to save up on here. So I feel like if I'm playing, I better be earning some resources.
Ironhide, I find on mild damage absorber to be better than the on high one. From my experience, that's the one I prefer and seem to be most successful with.
The same thing, except for one takes a lot more damage to trigger than the other. So yeah, the mild one is way better, honestly. Mr. Random, have a great day. We will catch you later.
So Doris saying most people will say mild damage absorber, but it really depends. High damage absorber can serve better if there is a secondary microchip, which also triggers at same damage as mild damage.
That's true. I think the high damage one's really only good on tanks though, for the most part. Like if you put a high damage on like a Fenrir or a Nebula, it's gonna come on often because those robots are taking huge damage in team fights. But on something like an Orochi, I don't think I would want to have a high damage absorber on there. But he's right though. I mean, even like a Nebula drone, a mild damage absorber can kind of interfere with the Nebula's ability since they both trigger at the same time. Usually the shield will trigger, but the ability won't. So that is a good point.
On my personal account, I don't have any mild damage absorbers because I haven't been able to get them. What I have are high damage absorbers. I didn't want that, and that's what I have. But it has worked out for me. I still do very well. I'm in champion, and it has still made my hanger more effective overall once I attained them. So it's still a good microchip. I don't see that I'm lacking that much really on the personal Android account.
Yeah, it just doesn't come on as often is all really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it does the same thing, just takes a little more damage to trigger it. So it's still a really good chip actually.
Yeah, no, like I said, I didn't really have a choice. That's what I could get and build up, and that's what I've been using.
It took me a year, I think, to build 3 of the gold mild damage absorbers, and then I saw a couple of deals where it was $4.99 to buy one, so I bought that twice. So $10 in a year to get 5 of the gold ones.
I'm looking right now and I have some bad shield chips on my personal guy. It still helps. If you know how to play the game, you still can make good use of it.
All right, guys. So Justice has got to get out of here. So unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and end this thing. Justice, thanks for being here. I'm going to post another link to your thing really quick to your channel. So if you guys could go over here when I post it and check out Justice on YouTube, that would be awesome. You know, he does an awesome job here.
Please consider subscribing. I would love if one day I could leave my job and just do this. So appreciate your consideration. And thank you, Danny. This is my favorite social media for War Robots, so I really appreciate it. And then also thank you to Adore for the great details you shared today on the game.
Yeah, Adore, thanks for helping out as well. Adore is pretty good with the microchips, you know. Most of the times I try some of his chip builds, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. He has a great understanding of, like I said, how the chips and the pilots and the bots and all that stuff all tie into each other. So most of the time, if you try something he tells you, you're probably gonna like it. Moderators, thank you for doing an awesome job. I really appreciate y'all coming out and making sure the stream runs great and all that stuff. Anybody who's donated today, thank you so much. That was amazing. No, Hunker did a really big donation, so thank you so much, buddy. That was awesome. I appreciate that a lot. Anybody who's a channel member, thank you for the extra support as well. And just like I always say, man, all of you guys, we appreciate all of you a lot. You guys come out and hang out with us and watch the videos, and it's awesome. You guys are all amazing, and we will catch you next time, guys. All right? Should be back tomorrow with another gameplay stream, and hopefully we'll see you guys all over there tomorrow. All right? Have a great day, everybody. See ya.
See you guys.